What I have with me today is the latest from Mercedes-Benz, and in fact Mercedes just launched this vehicle. This is the GLE. And in fact, Mercedes also tells me that this is the largest selling SUV in their portfolio. And the GLE here actually replaces the M-Class, which was Mercedes' premium SUV offering. But from now on, if you are to look for a premium SUV in the Mercedes range, then this is the GLE you'll have to look at. The GLE here has a completely new styling as compared to the outgoing M-Class, and this includes the exterior as well as the inside trim, but it sits on the same wheelbase as the outgoing M-Class, and in terms of dimensions it has not changed, but of course it looks better and fresher. The GLE here is a big car no matter which way you look at her, measures in at a little over 4.8 meters with a wheelbase of close to 2.9 meters, which means that she is good enough for 5 passengers plus some luggage. And as you drive her around, you realize that she has a commanding presence because heads turn your way no matter where you go, and the styling too is quite pleasant. But the best part is reserved for the time when you open the door, is the interiors, which really makes this car so very special. A blend of luxury, comfort and style. So very typically Mercedes. The interior sports Artico leather seats with dual-tone wood and leather fascia, and a large display for the infotainment system comes in quite handy as it's easy to read while driving, and the infotainment system also connects with Mercedes apps to make it even more useful. The steering gets multifunction buttons to add to the ease of use, and the panoramic sunroof adds a nice touch in terms of livening up things. Overall, the interiors of this GLA is quite a cheerful place to spend time in. So what do I really like about the interiors of this GLE? One thing for sure, that it's little different from the Mercedes that I have driven recently. In fact, if you have noticed, all the Mercedes interiors pretty much look the same lately, but not so in this GLE, thankfully. This looks quite different and refreshingly different, I must say. In fact, if you look at the instrumentation here, this is not only quite visible, easy to read, but they also come with attractive chrome surrounds, which gives it a nice touch. Overall, the fascia layout too is different, and I think it's very nicely done. The color schemes are very pleasing and the quality of materials is really good. In fact, this looks like a car which is really well made. And the only thing that will probably remind you that you're still inside a Mercedes is this display here, which is stuck on the fascia in a tablet-like fashion. Other than that, the interiors are quite different. The rear seats are spacious in terms of both leg space and headroom, as the GLE is a tall car and you can actually stretch out on a long drive. As you open the boot, you'll be surprised at the space. It can hold up to 690 liters of luggage, and the flat surface helps you for both loading as well as unloading. And if you do decide to fold down the seats, the space becomes huge and can gobble up over 2,000 liters of luggage. Pretty impressive. The GLE here will be sold in 2 engine variants, a basic 2.2 litre and a more powerful fun-to-drive V6 3 litre, which I drive today. This engine churns out over 250 brake horsepower and 620 Newton meters of torque. And when you start driving it, you soon realize what fun it can be to drive a car with a refined engine. In fact, the power delivery here is also very linear, so across the rev band, you don't feel the shortage of horses at all, and you don't hear much of the engine. It's really quiet in here. The engine here is mated to a 9G-tronic transmission, which obviously is 9-speed, and it is made in-house by Mercedes. And this is also the world's first 9-speed transmission in a luxury sedan or a luxury SUV. And as far as this gearbox is concerned, this is one gearbox which really shifts in a very nice way. The GLE here comes with 5 driving modes to suit different conditions and of course your driving style, and that's the reason you have an individual driving mode here, as well as you have a sport mode and an off-road mode in case you leave the tarmac. All this really helps the car very much adapt to a terrain you're driving it and your driving style, and this makes the GLE a lot more versatile. The GLE 350D here rides on 21-inch alloys, and it is the 140mm of ground clearance, which makes it a nice car to venture off-road with. And in case you encounter bad terrain, you can also raise the height up to 215mm. And this is a big help and easily allows the GLE to qualify as an off-roader. Not only this, you also get off-roading driving mode to improve things further. The GLE also comes equipped with the Mercedes 4MATIC or the permanent all-wheel drive. One thing though I have to say is that I wish the GLE came with a slightly stiffer suspension setting, because when you corner hard you do feel the body roll. And what I also like about the GLE is the high driving position, which does provide a nice view of the surroundings, and on the highway does wonders for your confidence. And what is also reassuring is that it comes with a long list of driver aids and active safety features, plus of course 6 airbags for passive safety. M-Class might be dead, but I will say long live the GLE, because the GLE here really carries forward the tradition of the M-Class very well. This is an SUV which looks quite competent and capable of doing the job of taking you off-road. Comes with a 4MATIC drive, a high ground clearance and of course a powerful motor, which makes it a complete SUV here. And in terms of luxury, it's a very comfortable car. It has everything that you need in a premium SUV. So overall, this is a car which really makes the cut. And if you are looking for a premium SUV, you must have a look at this one. And on top of that, what Mercedes has done is to produce this locally, which means that even if this is not cheap, it still comes with a somewhat of a decent price tag. The GLE will be locally manufactured by Mercedes in their Chakan plant, and the top-of-the-line 350D will be priced at Rs 71.14 lakh, while the 250D with a smaller engine will be priced at Rs 59.95 lakh, ex-showroom Delhi.